Dear students, welcome once again. Let's continue our chapter 18 of class 11, that is body fluids and circulation. In our last class, I already gave you the introduction to formed elements, and today we will discuss about these formed elements. So what is called as formed elements? Now let's understand. The elements that are present in the blood or constitute blood are called as formed elements. So how we can define this? The elements that form the blood or present in the blood in different ratios. Clear? Formed elements means the elements that formed the blood, means जिन एलिमेंट्स को लेके ब्लड बना हुआ है या फिर ब्लड में जो एलिमेंट्स प्रेजेंट है अलग अलग रेशियोज में, उनको फॉर्म्ड एलिमेंट्स बोला जाता है. देन which elements are take measured places in the blood. So these elements are RBC, WBC and platelets. RBC is called as biologically erythrocyte. WBC is called as leukocyte and platelets are called as thrombocytes. So erythrocytes, leukocytes and thrombocytes together makes or forms the formed elements. Clear? So we can write erythrocytes or RBC. RBC means red blood corpuscles or red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. These three forms the formed element in the blood. So we will discuss about all these RBC, WBC and platelets one by one in detail. So now let's first discuss about RBC. This is called your red blood corpuscles. RBC has an important role in the blood. Clear? And it is approximately found 45%. RBC is 45% in the blood, and if it measures in the blood, then it is found to be 5 million to 5.5 million per millimeter cube inverse. Means the amount of RBC in the blood is 5 to 5.5 millions in the RBC per millimeter cube inverse. Clear, students? So RBC are formed in the red bone marrow. You know about bone marrow, but RBC is formed in red bone marrow. And the mammalian RBC lacks nucleus. Remember, all the RBC do not lack nucleus. Only some mammals lack nucleus in the RBC. That's why we can say some mammalian RBC lacks nucleus. It means जैसे कि अगर हमारा आरबीसी देखा जाएगा तो हम लोग आरबीसी में न्यूक्लियस शो नहीं करेंगे. दैट्स व्हाई वी कैन से वी डिवॉइड ऑफ न्यूक्लियस इन आवर आरबीसी. हम आरबीसी में न्यूक्लियस नहीं दिखाएंगे, इसलिए क्या बोला गया है? डिवॉइड ऑफ न्यूक्लियस. सो सम mammalian cells or mammalian RBC lacks nucleus and its shape is biconcave like this. This is the shape of RBC. So we can write the shape of RBC is biconcave. Here one mark question may come. What is the shape of RBC? You can write the shape of RBC is biconcave. And in RBC there is a pigment is present called as hemoglobin. You know about hemoglobin. This is a special type of protein hemoglobin, it is an iron containing, it is an iron containing red color pigment, iron containing red color pigment due to which the blood looks red. Clear students? The blood looks red due to the presence of hemoglobin, and hemoglobin has an important role that it binds with oxygen and carbon dioxide and helps in the transport of gases. So we can write another function of hemoglobin. It binds with the gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide and helps in the transportation. As we know that blood carries oxygen and carbon dioxide, so this oxygen and carbon dioxide can't transport alone. So first they bind with the hemoglobin. When oxygen binds with hemoglobin, you know that I have already told you, it forms oxyhemoglobin, and when it binds with carbon dioxide, then it forms carbaminohemoglobin. So after binding with carbon dioxide and oxygen, the RBC means the hemoglobin carries these gases from tissue to the lung capillaries and from lung capillaries to the tissues. So here RBC has an important role. If we see a healthy person, a healthy human being, then in a healthy human being, for 100 ml of blood contains 100 ml of blood contains 12 to 16 gram of hemoglobin. You must have heard that person have low hemoglobin content. So when that will be, if we see the blood test report, then we can study the blood test report. The hemoglobin in a normal person, the amount of hemoglobin should be 12 to 16 gram per 100 ml. And here I want to tell you another thing that जब हम blood test कराते हैं तो ब्लड में जो अलग अलग कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं, किसी को पर 100 ml से कंसीडर किया जाता है, किसी को पर मिलीमीटर क्यूब इनवर्ट से कंसीडर किया जाता है, कि किसी एलिमेंट्स को पर मिलीमीटर स्क्वायर के हिसाब से कंसीडर किया जाता है. तो यहाँ पे जैसे कि मैंने आपको बोला कि आरबीसी जो होता है वो होता है 5 मिलियन से 5.5 मिलियन मिलीमीटर क्यूब इनवर्स. पर यहाँ पे जो मैंने 100 ml ऑफ ब्लड बोला है, यहाँ पे हीमोग्लोबिन को 100 ml ऑफ ब्लड से मेजर किया जा रहा है, पर यहाँ पे मिलीमीटर क्यूब के हिसाब से आरबीसी को कंसीडर किया जा रहा है. तो हीमोग्लोबिन याद रखना एक आयरन कंटेनिंग पिगमेंट है, रेड कलर पिगमेंट है जो ब्लड को रेड कलर प्रोवाइड करता है. और ये एक हेल्थी ह्यूमन बीइंग में 12 से 16 ग्राम प्रेजेंट होना चाहिए. और इसका काम क्या होता है, मेन काम जो है ये गैसेस के साथ बाइंड होकर उनका इजी ट्रांसपोर्टेशन करता है. ठीक है, तो हीमोग्लोबिन का जो रोल मैंने बताया ये सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट रोल है क्योंकि ये रेस्पिरेटरी गैसेस का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन करता है. क्लियर? Another most important thing about RBC is, as we know that the lifespan of RBC is 120 days. Means हर 120 दिन के बाद RBC का लाइफ स्पैन खत्म हो जाता है और RBC डेड हो जाता है. डेड होने के बाद उस जगह पे नया RBC बनता है. तो जो डेड RBC है वो कहाँ पे जाता है, वो स्प्लीन में जाता है. याद रखना बेटा, एक होता है स्प्लीन और एक होता है लीवर. अगर हम दोनों को देखेंगे तो दोनों का स्ट्रक्चर कुछ सेम दिखता है, बट जो स्प्लीन होता है वो डार्क रेड कलर होता है, डार्क रेड. और ये होता है लेफ्ट साइड में, हमारी बॉडी की लेफ्ट साइड में प्रेजेंट होता है डार्क रेड कलर का स्प्लीन. स्प्लीन को बोला जाता है ग्रेवयार्ड ऑफ द आरबीसी. तो ये आपको याद रखना है कि जो स्प्लीन है, स्प्लीन इट इज कॉल्ड एज ग्रेवयार्ड ऑफ आरबीसी. ग्रेवयार्ड मतलब शमशान घाट होता है. जैसे किसी इंसान का मौत हो जाता है तो हम लेके कहाँ पे उसका दाह संस्कार करते हैं, शमशान घाट में. सेम वैसे ही हमारी बॉडी के अंदर भी एक शमशान घाट है आरबीसी का, वो है स्प्लीन. जब आरबीसी मर जाता है इस स्प्लीन में डिपॉजिट होता है और इस स्प्लीन में डेड आरबीसी डिपॉजिट होने की वजह से इसका कलर जो है डार्क रेड होता है. तो इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे, ग्रेवयार्ड ऑफ आरबीसी. ग्रेवयार्ड ऑफ आरबीसी इज स्प्लीन. व्हाई दिस इज कॉल्ड सो? बिकॉज after every 120 days the RBC loses its lifespan and new RBC is formed. So the dead RBC get deposited in the spleen. That's why spleen is called as the graveyard of RBC. So this is all about your RBC. Now we will study about WBC, or which is called as leukocytes. Next formed element we will study about WBC, or this is called as white blood cells, or we can say this as leukocytes. The other name of WBC is called as leukocytes or white blood cells. They are colorless and lacks hemoglobin. Clear? They are colorless and lacks hemoglobin. But they have presence of nucleus. They have presence of nucleus. If we here difference, compare this with RBC. RBC, mammalian RBC lacks nucleus, but here the mammalian WBC or leukocytes have nucleus and it lacks hemoglobin. But RBC में क्या होता है? hemoglobin होता है. WBC में hemoglobin नहीं होता है. RBC में nucleus नहीं होता है. mammalian RBC में, सबकी नहीं, birds, reptiles, amphibian वगैरह में उनकी RBC में nucleus होता है. सिर्फ हमारी RBC जो mammals है उनमें नहीं होती है. बट यहाँ पे WBC में होता है. ठीक है. और इसको क्या बोलते हैं हम? व्हाइट ब्लड सेल्स. और इसकी जो अमाउंट होती है, नंबर होती है, ये आरबीसी के कंपैरिजन में कम होता है. इट्स लेसर इन नंबर एंड इट इज अप्रोक्सीमेटली 6000 to 8000 पर मिलीमीटर क्यूब इनवर्स. सो जो डब्ल्यूबीसी होता है वो ब्लड में कितना होता है? ये होता है 6000 to 8000 millimeter cube inverse. As I have told you that the components of blood measured either per 100 ml or per millimeter cube inverse. So here the number of WBC is lesser than, means it is less than RBC, and it is estimated that, or the ratio is found to be, it is up to 6000 to 8000 per millimeter cube inverse. Clear students? And again the WBC is categorized into two major parts. One is granulocyte and another is agranulocyte. So if we divide WBC, it has two types. One is granulocyte and another is agranulocyte. Why this is called as granulocyte? Because it has granules present, and this is called as agranulocytes as they have no granules present. So granulocytes are neutrophils, eosinophiles and basophils. Neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. These are called as granulocyte. Granulocyte means neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils, while lymphocytes and monocytes. Lymphocytes and monocytes. RBC is not divided into any categories, but here the WBC is again categorized into two types. One is called as granulocytes, in which granule are present, and another is considered as agranulocytes, which where no granule is found. So granulocyte has neutrophils, eosinophiles and basophils, but agranulocyte is consist of lymphocytes and monocytes. Now let us see that what is the function of these granulocytes and agranulocytes. Clear students? So as we know that neutrophils are present 60 to 65% of total WBC. This is present 60 to 65%. Means if we consider the whole WBC, then it is found that 60 to 65% is present in WBC. And basophils are 0.5 to 1. The amount of basophil is 0.5 to 1%. Clear students? So as we know that the neutrophils and the basophils The neutrophils and the basophils are present in such a ratio. The amount of neutrophil is maximum, whereas the amount of basophils is minimum. So why they are in maximum or minimum number? Neutrophils and monocytes are 6 to 8%. Neutrophils and monocytes are how many percent they are? They are 6 to 8%. It means if we consider a blood test report, then you can see the different components are mentioned there and their average percentage. If your blood have that component either in large amount or in less amount, then we can say that our body lacks these substances. And here I want to tell you another thing. The main function of WBC is to increase our immunity, and it has an important role in providing immunity or in defense mechanism. So they have different type of defense mechanism. Clear, students? So neutrophils and monocytes 6 to 8% are phagocytes. Phagocytes means, here you remember the term phagocytes. Phagocyte means this is the type of cell present in the WBC which kills the foreign antigens. Means when any microorganism enters into our body, its main function is to engulf them. It means it kills the foreign antigen. It kills the foreign antigen, due to which our body get immunity. Clear, students? That's why this is called as phagocytes. Basophils, again if we see the function of basophils, basophils has an important role as it secretes histamine, serotonin, and heparin. You know that we saw some allergic reactions, and this help in the protection of or prevention of the allergic reaction by secreting this from the basophils. The basophils present in the WBC is histamine, serotonin and heparin, and their main function is they help in the allergic reactions and provides immunity. Again, eosinophils is present 2 to 3% in our blood. If its amount get increased, then we will show some disorders like swelling of the body, or our body get thin. So this also have an important role in providing immunity. So here I have told you that the neutrophils is 60 to 65%, then basophils is 0.5 to 1%, eosinophils is 2 to 3%, and basophils secrete histamine, serotonin and heparin. Again, the lymphocytes also I have explained you the neutrophils and monocytes. The neutrophils and the monocytes are phagocytic in nature, due to which they engulf the foreign antibody and do not allow the foreign antibody to enter our body and provide us defense mechanism. So these eosinophils also help in the allergic reactions. Means when we have any allergic reactions, they show some responses and we alert, then we can take precautions. Again, the lymphocytes, that is 20 to 25%. The amount of lymphocyte is 20 to 25% in the WBC. Lymphocyte is of two types. One is B lymphocyte and another is T lymphocyte. And the B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte, both their function is to eliminate the foreign antigens from the body, and they also act as the immune response of the body because they help in the increasing immunity of the body. That's why we can say for increasing immunity, our body must have B and T lymphocytes. So here two type of lymphocytes are present. One is B lymphocyte and another is T lymphocyte. So B and T lymphocyte together performs the function of defense mechanism. Overall, from the topic we can conclude that द मेन रोल ऑफ WBC इज टू फाइट अगेंस्ट द, इससे क्या पता चलता है कि जो WBC होता है उसका कोई सा भी कंपोनेंट हो, हर एक कंपोनेंट का मेन काम होता है डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म करना। जो एंटीजेंस होते हैं जब ये हमारी बॉडी के अंदर एंटर करते हैं उनको उनके अगेंस्ट में फाइट करना। तो जैसे कि बताया ग्रान्युलोसाइट और अग्रान्युलोसाइट है, ग्रान्युलोसाइट किसको लेके बना है, अग्रान्युलोसाइट किसको लेके बना है, और हर एक कंपोनेंट का एक अलग अलग फंक्शन है, अपना अपना फंक्शन होता है। तो ये था आपका WBC के बारे में। नेक्स्ट जो है वो है थ्रोम्बोसाइट्स और प्लेटलेट्स जिसको हम बोलते हैं। एक नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग के अंदर ये जो थ्रोम्बोसाइट और प्लेटलेट है वो 1.5 लाख टू 3.5 लाख होना चाहिए। नेक्स्ट जो फॉर्म्ड एलिमेंट है वो है थ्रोम्बोसाइट्स, और इसकी जो अमाउंट होती है ये होता है 1.5 टू 3.5 लाख पर मिलीमीटर क्यूब इनवर्स। इसका मेन काम होता है कोआगुलेशन ऑफ द ब्लड, कोआगुलेशन ऑफ द ब्लड और क्लॉटिंग ऑफ द ब्लड। ब्लड को ये क्लॉट करता है जब एक्सेस ब्लीडिंग होता है। तो अगर ये थ्रोम्बोसाइट की नंबर कम हो जाता है, डिक्रीज हो जाता है बॉडी के अंदर, तो क्लॉटिंग जो है वो अफेक्टेड होता है और एक्सेस ब्लीडिंग कैन लीड टू डेथ। इफ इट गेट रिड्यूस then the person can die from loss of iron or may suffer from anemia. So these are the functions of different type of formed elements.